Hello and welcome to the NLC Sports Special. I'm Demetria Lester. Our show today features a wrap-up of Northlake College fall sports and a preview and update of our current basketball and upcoming baseball season. The Lady Blazers soccer team, led by head coach Adrian Gonzalez, ended their season with a loss to the Richland Thunder Ducks in the conference semifinals. The team had a rough year with an overall record of 5 wins and 11 losses and an average of 1 goal per game. Gonzalez hopes a roster of returning freshmen will help provide the team with more experienced players. The Lady Blazers volleyball team was also hard at work this semester. Reporter Ashley Kyle has more on the women's volleyball team and head coach Kathy Carter.
The Lady Blazers have had a great season. They have made it to the playoffs and are determined to advance and compete in the Nationals. The head coach has led the team through a series of improvements.
Right now, since we're in the last week during our playoffs, it's just telling the girls to step up and play their game, to play the best of their ability. We did our improvements throughout the year, and we've met those requirements, and now we're just ready to play.
We just put so much time into this. It really shows after a win that you're doing something right.
They have overcome challenges throughout the season.
I tore my ACL, and I just keep working hard and keep working on my leg to make it stronger and better.
This is a critical game, and it determines if they make it to Nationals.
If we don't win tonight, we don't move forward. This is the playoff game, so it's pretty important that we win this game and Friday so we can go to Nationals after we win Saturday.
Winning to me means practicing hard and showing it out on game day.
Northlake College should be proud of the Lady Blazers this season. No matter what happens in the playoffs, they are still successful.
They did really well. It was a lot of up and down, really good competition for them. I got to see them at their worst and I got to see them at their best. And I believe this is my best group of girls for the third year that I'm coaching.
This is Ashley Kyle, Northlake News.
The volleyball team ended their season with an overall conference record of 8-4. Carter hopes the team's 2 returning players will prove solid leadership for next year's squad. Meanwhile, the men's basketball team is optimistic about this year's season. Here's reporter Martin Riojas with a look at Blazers men's basketball team and longtime head coach Tim McGraw.
Tim McGraw has been with Northlake College for over 18 years, and he makes a difference in his players' lives. The success of the basketball team comes from the relationship that he builds with his players. The coach cares about the academic success of the players, and he works with them to make sure that they are learning in their classes.
Probably the thing that brings me the most fulfillment and happiness is realizing that over 90% of our players, since I've been here, have continued on going to 4-year universities pursuing their education.
Coach McGraw works with each player to set goals, and they develop a strategy for overcoming weaknesses.
Coach says that we don't practice, we practice winning. So every game, every drill, every obstacle we do in practice is a competition, whether we playing against ourselves, a time, or the opposite team.
The coach mentors each player one-on-one. He cares about the aspects of their lives, including the relationship with their families.
So how they interact with their families. And sometimes we've got to, tell some guys, look, your families, they're doing the best they can for you. You need to be a little bit more appreciative than you are. So, I mean, we're involved in all their aspects of their life, far more than just when they, walk into the doors of the gym and walk in for practice.
Northlake is fortunate to have Coach McGraw, who serves as a mentor to the players. He motivates them to progress to the next chapter of their college years, and the time with the coach will make a difference in all aspects of their lives. This is Martin Riojas Jr. reporting for NLC News.
Coach Tim McGraw is joining me here in the studio to talk about the Blazers men's basketball program. Tim, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Well, first we can start off with what made you want to be a coach?
Well, as a kid, I really loved sports. and played all the different sports as I went into junior high. And then on into high school, I really gravitated towards basketball just because I love the game so much. And when I played in college, that also reinforced to me that that's the direction I wanted to go, that I felt the most comfortable with.
Okay. What made you choose Northlake?
Well, I had coached junior college basketball in Arkansas back in the 80s for 4 years, and moved to Texas and was coaching in an Arlington Martin system, working with their 9th graders and their 8th graders, and had a deep hunger to get back into coaching college basketball, which I really enjoyed my 4 years in Arkansas. And when this opportunity came open, I was so excited to get to do it again, because I'd had about an 8-year gap from the previous experience. And I really enjoy this level and was happy to get back on the college level.
Okay. What is your absolute favorite part about being a coach?
Winning games. It really is.
course.
The winning helps you out. You can overcome a lot of disappointments and all the variety of problems that come your way. But you enjoy the winning, but I enjoy just the camaraderie with the other coaches and with the kids. All of us working on a common goal and trying to develop players so that they can play at four-year universities. So there's just so many different aspects of the job that it keeps it fresh all year long. There's so many things you need to work on, from the recruiting to the individual skills improvement with players, to the part about trying to get the guys to blend together to form a team, and just the challenge of taking all of these kids that are strangers from all over Texas and bringing them together and quickly molding them together into a unit that works together on a common goal.
Okay. And then what exactly do you look for in a player?
That's a tremendous question. It really is. And because there are just so many aspects that have to be present for a player to be a successful college player. One is just a commitment to the game. There's got to be a love for the game that a lot of players don't have. A lot of players, particularly in high school, play to be popular, and it's just they're part of their social world to play a sport on their high school campus. And when they get to college level, it takes on much more of a this is a job aspect. And this takes up all of your accessory time, and you don't get to experience the same advantages and enjoyments of your typical college student, because you're so consumed with taking care of your academic requirements as well as trying to meet the standards of what it takes to be a collegiate basketball player and to move up to be a candidate to play at the four-year level of college basketball. So I enjoy that a lot, trying to bring players along, help them develop.
Yeah, okay. Well, tell me a little bit about the team this year. How are we looking?
It's a great group of guys. The attitudes have been tremendous, and they've bought in. And first, part of the prospect is identify their weaknesses and then spend the rest of the time trying to fix those weaknesses. And so they've understand the process, and is both in the terms of individuality and the team aspect of it all. But got a tremendous group of young men, got some talented players, and just trying to get them so they fit all of their talents together is a challenge, but they're a really good group.
Well, with that being said, what do you think you all can improve on most, if you had to narrow it down to one thing?
Well, we've got so many different aspects that you're trying to improve at all of the different things. We've got to cut down on turnovers, and we're definitely spending an enormous time on improving defensively, because what we teach that our defense is our first step in our offense. If we can do well defensively and force teams into mistakes and create some turnovers, that we can go create 4-on-3 and 3-on-2 opportunities. Our defense is our first offense.
Okay. And then as far as your legacy here, everyone knows your head coach, everyone knows you've been here for a while. What type of legacy would you want to leave? When it's all said and done, what do you want people to know?
I would hope that all of my players and all the students that I have in my classes and the people, the faculty and the staff, and just will always remember Coach McGraw was a person that cared for us all. And he He cared for the tryout kids who couldn't even make the team as much as he did the leading players. And that I really honestly, that I had a deep concern and care for people and for an interest in them, and I would hope that's what I'm remembered for.
That's awesome. Well, what is, or if you could give one piece of advice to those who are looking to pursue a career in college basketball, what would it be?
Be ready to sacrifice your time. And we tell our kids that your life matters, and that what you're doing here is extremely important because you are paying for it with your very time, with your life. And there's got to be a commitment to it that, okay, I believe in what I'm doing because there's a million other things I could be doing with my time than this.
Mm-hmm.
So that it's a commitment of time, it's a commitment of your life. And so your investment is huge to be a college athlete.
Yeah. And how are they doing? What's our record so far?
Well, we've won 9 games. We've lost 6.
Nice.
There is a disclaimer here. I don't like to be labored a lot, but at Northlake we do not have any athletic scholarships to give our players.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a challenge we work through. We've won 70 games against schools who do give athletic scholarships.
Mm-hmm.
And we play those schools as a way to give our kids credibility, to prove to the four-year universities that they can play,
mm-hmm.
that they deserve an opportunity for a scholarship at four-year universities by the fact of how they competed against junior college players who were given scholarships.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big priority for us to help guys to make that progress.
Okay, which is awesome to hear. We would love to come out and support, so can you give us a little timeline of when you guys usually play, what nights, what time?
When we get into our conference play, second semester, we're on a Wednesday evening and a Saturday afternoon rotations. So we're either playing a Wednesday night at 7 or at 2 o'clock on Saturday. And our conference games are extremely competitive, very entertaining.
Okay, well, it was amazing that you could be here with us today. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Coach McGraw. And make sure to look for updates on the Northlake College baseball, which begins preseason. They start playing this month. Remember, you can find a copy of today's episode on your YouTube channel. Search Northlake News. I'm Demetria Lester, and for all of us here at NLC Sports Special, thank you for watching.
Yep.